What is going on, YouTube? I go by Suave. I'm down here by the river right now. It's a beautiful day here in the Dominican Republic. What much more can I say? What much more can I want than to just enjoy a beautiful day like this? Kick up by the river, have a chat with y'all. Now, in the last two videos, I talked about thinking out loud. I did the first video kind of as like the video to kick off my channel, to start off my channel, let y'all know what I'm talking about on this channel, let y'all know my little niche, thinking out loud. And then I did a follow-up video because I ended up kind of cutting the first one a little short. Maybe and maybe not at the same time. Felt like there was more I had to say, more I had to add, and in the follow-up video for thinking out loud, I said a lot of good things, to be honest, that I didn't even think that I was gonna say, or that I could just get off my mind like that. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing good so far. It's a start. We're creating the third video right now. We're down here by the river. I was gonna actually come and do this yesterday when I did the follow-up video yesterday, but it started to rain, so I couldn't come down to the river here. I have a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It's got a motorized gimbal, and if the water from the rain gets into that, my camera's screwed. I don't want to lose this camera. Cost me like about a band with the creator combo after taxes and everything. Got it from Best Buy. Anyway, the topic for this video, you've probably already seen from the title, or maybe I put a caption in the thumbnail. Following your heart. Just follow your heart. It's kind of what led to me coming here to the Dominican for this period of time of my life. Stay here for months on end and leave behind the lifestyle that I was living in Canada. I decided to follow my heart. On the way down here to the river, so that I could make this video, there's some boys up at the top of the river there. One of them asked, he said his friend would like to have my Gatorade. I had a Gatorade, I brought a drink. I was gonna enjoy a nice Gatorade here, but that boy looked hot. And I could have been greedy. I could have kept that Gatorade for myself. I paid for it. Who's to say I couldn't have kept it, But following your heart, just doing things out of love. And I'm not telling you guys this to raise my image or to make you perceive me in a better light. I'm saying this because in that moment, I'm coming down here to make a video about following my heart, and in that moment, a boy that looked like he was kind of thirsty wanted to have my Gatorade, a refreshing drink with electrolytes that'll keep you from dehydrating. He looked like he really needed it, so I acted with my heart. I followed what my heart told me to do, and just without hesitation gave that boy the Gatorade so he could have it and enjoy it. He probably doesn't have the money to go and buy one himself from the corner store up the road, but just do good things from the bottom of your heart, act with love, follow your heart. When a moment like that presents itself to do an act of kindness, and don't ask for anything in return. You don't need to tell people. I didn't even need to tell y'all while in this video. I didn't even need to tell y'all about that to make the video, and I wasn't even going to, but when this moment happened, I just thought, there's a moment right there where I just followed my heart, did an act of kindness out of love for someone else. And if everyone in the world tried to do things like that, tried to do acts of kindness out of love from the bottom of their heart, the world would truly be an immaculate place. If people were constantly blessing you and you were constantly blessing other people, maybe the world partly is a place like that, and all you have to do is have the courage to ask. You know, the boy who was thirsty and wanted the Gatorade, he didn't really speak up for himself, but I guess his friend knew how thirsty he was, and so his friend spoke up for him and asked. And sometimes all you have to do is build up the courage to ask, maybe, you know? So anyway, we're gonna talk about following your heart. I've got a cigarette here. No, it's not the smartest thing to smoke, but we're only in the Dominican for so much longer. I'm gonna be home in Canada soon, so why not enjoy a cigarette before I go back home? I don't smoke these things back home. We don't have Marlboros at our convenience stores. Yeah, you can get them at the native reserves, but I don't go out there. I don't go buying cigarettes and shit like that. I might smoke my weed here and there, but I don't really fuck with cigarettes. But you know what, here in the Dominican, why not enjoy a little tobacco? It's part of the trip, part of the experience. Almost wanted to blow on the end of it like it was a joint. Like, you know, when you're starting the joint, you kind of blow on the end of it to keep the flame going, make sure it's all burning nice and good. It's my habits from being a stoner over the past few years. Not even the past few years. I've been a stoner for fucking years now, man. Holy shit, I've been a stoner for over 10 fucking years. Thinking out loud right now, like, the purpose of this channel. Damn. I've been a stoner for a long time, and I guess in the Dominican here, I hadn't smoked for about over 3 months until the other day. My cousin gave me some Zaza, and I smoked up a couple joints. Still got a couple more joints left to smoke. Anyway, let's continue. Following your heart. You know, just do things from the bottom of your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. Your intuition comes from your heart. That gut feeling, you know, working its way up in your system. That thing you feel within your heart that you want to do. Follow your heart and just do it. Just take action. My heart's been telling me to speak my mind and connect with people, and that's why I'm making this channel, because I'm following my heart. Let's mention Jesus for a moment. Jesus was probably the most masculine man to ever walk the face of the earth. Now, I'm not giving him superiority over anyone else for being masculine, but what I'm saying is, Jesus was one of the most masculine men to walk the earth, and he lived within his heart. He acted out of love. He acted from the bottom of his heart. He spoke his mind from his heart. And Jesus taught us that one of the coolest things that a masculine man in his heart can do is self-sacrificial, unconditional love. Wow, that's something to wrap your head around. Self-sacrificial, unconditional love. Think if every man tried to be in that element of masculinity within their heart, that they would sacrifice themselves out of unconditional love for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of the people around them. Think about where the world would be. It would be such a beautiful place. And truly, a masculine man in his heart has the power to create a world of beauty. Or so I believe. Maybe not everyone will agree. A lot of people think it's cool to be heartless. In this age, in this era, the younger generations, I know a lot of people in my generation and the younger generations coming up after me think it's cool to be nonchalant, think it's cool to care less. And to an extent, you can't care too much about other people's opinions. You can't care what people think of you. You have to do things regardless of what people think. But to care about humanity, to have a heart, to care about the people you love, your friends, your family, your spouse, that person you're in a relationship with, it doesn't hurt to love. Polarity. Everything has an equal and opposite force. What's the opposite of love? Pain. You wouldn't be able to feel the love that you feel within your heart if it wasn't for the pain that you've gone through, for the suffering, for the bad days. That's the only reason you feel the love in your heart, because of the pain. Oftentimes we do acts of love because we understand pain and we wouldn't want others to go through that type of pain that you felt. So it doesn't hurt to have a heart. I don't understand this concept of being nonchalant and heartless and cold and like you can't love, and there's all these people dwelling into lust and having lustful habits. You know, everyone thinks it's cool nowadays to be a player and to have hoes, to have a roster. What's wrong with having a relationship with one girl where you can mutually love each other? So to say, maybe a divine counterpart. Even if the relationship doesn't work long term, even if the relationship comes to an end, it'll build character within you, character development. It'll grow your heart. Maybe you feel a little pain when you broke up with that girl that you loved so much, that you cared about with all your heart, that you didn't want to lose. So what? You learned from it. The pain made you stronger. It made you understand how to be a better lover. It's only because of that pain that you went through that you're able to feel the depth of the love that you feel right now. Something I thought about long ago. The deeper your capability to feel pain, the deeper your capability to love. The more pain you feel, the more love there is on the other end of that pain and suffering. So why worry about the pain? Why worry about getting into a relationship and opening up your heart with that girl you've been talking to out of fear that she may one day leave you, that it may one day not work? Just try it. Who cares if you go through pain and suffering? Feel it all the way. Let that pain and suffering flow through your heart and let it pass. And I promise you, at the end of that pain, when that pain finally passes, you're gonna feel love like you've never felt before. You have nothing to lose from having a good heart, from having good intentions, from following the intuition within your heart. You have nothing to lose at all. What, you're worried about a little pain? Go through it. Be a man. So it's okay to love. Especially as a man. People think that masculinity is, not being open, not being able to have emotional connections. A lot of men are emotionally cold and emotionally distant in their relationships. disconnected from their hearts. If there's anything I could do for this world, it would be to change that stipulation. Is stipulation the word? It would be to change that stipulation that men need to be nonchalant and cold or emotionally disconnected or emotionally distant. I've seen a lot of content online from, so to say, red pill gurus that try to act all cold and emotionless and think this is like the key to getting women, is that you can't open up. Again, like, what do you really have to lose from opening up and telling someone how you feel within your heart? If they don't accept you for speaking on what you feel within your heart, then fuck them. They're better off out of your life if they're not going to accept you for speaking your heart. But if you speak your heart and people don't accept you, you're going to find people that do accept you for speaking your heart. And it's going to feel a lot better to find those people that accept you for speaking your heart, that want to hear the things that you have to say within your heart, that desire to understand you, than it is to be with someone who doesn't want you for that, and to play cold and to act emotionless and to repress your heart. It's going to feel a lot better to connect with those people that accept you for speaking your heart. So there's nothing at all wrong with being a loving man. And in fact, some of the most masculine men in existence, some of the men who have embraced their masculinity the deepest, have been open-hearted, pure-hearted lovers. Men do a lot of things out of sacrifice for the people that they love. Fathers, going to work every day, sacrificing their time with their loved ones just to be able to pay the bills, to provide groceries, to put a roof over their loved ones' heads. It's a sacrifice a lot of men do. A lot of men are working jobs they don't necessarily like, but they're doing what they have to do to provide for their family, and they're doing it out of love. A lot of good things that have come from this world, a lot of good things that men have created and done for society, was done out of love, out of sacrifice, for the love of humanity, for the love of their species, for the love of helping humanity evolve, for the love of, again, their families, their loved ones. Men will go to hell and back for the people they love. And women too. You know, there's a lot of cold women. I don't have anything to say bad about women, but there is a lot of cold women who are also cold and nonchalant and kind of emotionless, and again have these ideals of having a roster, having all these men available, keeping certain men around just for convenience. You know, if you're a woman hearing this, that doesn't need to be you. If you feel something in your heart, just follow your heart. I feel like I may be a little repetitive here, repeating certain sentences over and over again. It's all a part of thinking out loud for me, speaking my mind, speaking from the bottom of my heart. What do I love? What do I love? I love human connection. I love making friends. I think about the lifestyle I used to live before I left it behind and came here. I got the chance to meet a lot of people, shake a lot of hands, connect with many different people, all walks of life. even here in the Dominican, make good friends, connect with lots of people. I love human connection. I love making friends. I love connecting with people. What else? I love loving. In the relationship sense. Being with a girl and having an intimate relationship, being able to open up and have that emotional connection with an open-hearted woman that can understand and feel sympathy. You know, it's oftentimes I've opened up about my pain or the things I feel inside to women in my life. Because, you know, women are more in tune to their emotions oftentimes than men. You might tell some of your guy friends, oh, I feel this way and this and that, and they'll be like, oh, who cares, dog? Whatever, just brush it off. Woman will tell you, oh, it's okay to feel it, it's okay to go through it. Some men see that there's a bit of a emotional vulnerability in opening up emotionally to a woman, that it may be weakness. It's only going to be weakness to the wrong person. The right person is going to cherish you for being able to emotionally connect and be emotionally vulnerable. The right person is going to see that as strength and understand that other men who don't are acting out of weakness, acting out of insecurity, acting out of the fear of what if. Don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid to open up your heart or to tell someone how you feel. I guess that's what I'm doing right now. I'm telling you guys how I feel. What's wrong in that? Some people may judge me. Some people may put negative comments. I don't give a fuck. I'm speaking what I want to speak from the bottom of my heart within my mind. And if you don't like what I got to say, then fuck you. The people that understand where I'm coming from, I appreciate you. You get it. You understand. You understand what I'm saying. You feel it too. You feel it within your heart. You know. And there's a sense of knowing that can only come through experience. A lot of my experience with love and becoming a better lover is going through the heartbreaks, or, you know what, I've been with a lot of good women that loved me that I kind of pushed away out of self-sabotage. And I don't say self-sabotage to justify any of my actions of my past, but I pushed away a lot of good, loving women that loved me and only wanted best for me. And psychologically, it was self-sabotage. I pushed them away sometimes out of fears. You know, that one day I would lose them, so I pushed them away and lost them first, or cheated on a woman that loved me out of maybe feeling like I wasn't getting what I wanted from her, and I didn't even bother to open up or tell her or communicate with her. Instead, I decided to go cheat and look for it somewhere else, you know? So I've made mistakes, but I've become a better lover by reflecting on the relationships of those women that loved me and how they loved me, and thought, wow, if I didn't push them away, if I reciprocated that energy, if I treated them the same way, that relationship would have been so beautiful. And so I've learned lessons from failures about failures of relationships, failures of love on how can I word this? No, I've learned a lot of lessons the hard way. But I've learned to be a better lover through reflecting on the people that loved me with their whole heart, that only wanted best for me. And I desire to, in my future relationships, you know, of course I would like to have just one person and to have one lasting relationship with a lover, with a companion, with a divine counterpart that lasts a lifetime. I understand that may not happen. I may get into a relationship that may not work. And that's okay. It's a part of getting up and trying again. And I guess it's a part of the healing process of learning to love again. But I've learned to be a better lover through reflecting on the people that have loved me and think, in my future relationships, if I just act as that and I behave the way that they behave towards me and I only want best for the person I'm with, regardless of anything else, that I'll be a better lover. So I do desire to be a better lover in my coming relationships or relationship, hoping that could find a lifelong partner someday soon. Never know. I don't cling on to the desire of searching for love. I understand that one day it will come, and when you know, you know. When you know, you know. Something a lot of people say. When you know, you feel it within your heart, so you follow your heart and you go with it all in. And when you follow your heart and go all in with that thing that you know is real, you see the beauty within it. You enjoy it for its fullest. You cherish it. You love it. I go by Suave. Thank you for tuning into this video. I'm not gonna say too much more. Feel like I'm repeating myself. Maybe there is more I could say and steer this conversation in different directions, but I think I'll leave this one at this for now. Strive to be a better lover. There's nothing wrong with it. You have nothing to lose. Don't be afraid. Don't live out of fear. Fear is something that will block you from living within your heart. Just let go of your fears. Let go of your worries. Let go of that stress. And just open up your heart. Follow your heart. Follow your intuition. Let your heart guide you where it takes you in life. You have nothing to lose. Again, I go by Suave. Thank you for tuning into my channel. Thank you for tuning into my vibration. Thank you for tuning into my vibration. I love you all. Even if you hate me, even if you're giving me negative energy, I'm going to transmute that into love. So fuck you, hater. I love you, bitch. Peace.